Tally-ho, and all the rest of it. The heck are we, and the heck is we doing? Butterfield Ranch. Did we finish exploring this place or not? I've got absolutely no memory at all. 'Tis a haystack. Dig through it. What else can we have? Some rope tied to a piece of fence. A length of rope. Now, what can I actually do with that? Anything of any interest? If you need to tie something to something else, and you don't think string or twine or cord or jute is up to the task, you'll be needing some of this. That sounds about right. Ah, yes. You have nothing to churn, except for my thoughts, because if I remember correctly, and very, very vaguely, we fought off a demon cow here, just before the end of the last one. There's something buried in the smouldering embers. Dig in. A red-hot poker. Ooh, why, I reckon I hardly know her. Yeah, hilarious. That gives me 3 to my Moxie, but it was hot damage instead of physical damage. But that's not like a status effect with like an extra bit of damage. I do kind of just want to wallop people with a massive poker. I do kind of want to do that, just purely for the aesthetic of it. You notice some words carved into the side of the outhouse. Curly was here. You recognise the name, Curly Butterfield, the legend of Curly's meat. It looks like this outhouse is indeed worth investigating. Luckily, you don't actually have to go inside the outhouse, because once you open the door, you find a map scratched to the inside of it. The map reveals the location of a mine, just west of the ranch, labelled Coal Ridge. You discover a new map location, and there is an insert map of the mine itself with a big X scrawled between some strange triangular icons. Most mysterious. We shall get to those later. To your horror, you see that every single cow in the Butterfield dairy herd is now an unglith. Infernal cow spirits bound in stone. They're not dangerous unless you get near them. Walk among them. How many are we going to be fighting? Just the one. That's good. Oh goodness. I have a very bad feeling about this. Okay, I am going to poke you with the poker. Oh, goodness. Deals 16 damage. That is a lot. But that would also be useful. And like the barrier, I feel, is going to pay dividends rather than the well, never frickin' mind then. Psychological effects, known for being stopped by pieces of wood. Oh, goodness. Get distinct impression this was a dumb idea. Does Susie get stronger for fighting those things? Because I know yes, Susie has become stronger. You thin the herd a little, not enough, can never be enough. A what? A menu do gourd? Sometimes a pocket of intestines remains when a cow undergoes the transition to infernal ungolith. And you get one of these, a stone sphere full of boiling tripe. Increases your moxie. A brass bull ring. Years of being stuck in the nose of a cow have done nothing for the finish of this thing. Ah. So can I use this? Is this infinite? It would seem to be. Do they get stronger as time goes by? Now this one's actually weaker than the last one. So potentially I could just level up Susie enormously. Okay, 24 damage. She gets a lot stronger when that happens. I may just sit here and grind for a few minutes. Because this could actually be quite useful in terms of, oh, blast. She carves another a rotch into the snotch of her rifle. I mean a notch into the stock of her rifle. But I don't think she got any stronger. Okay, but there's like a cooldown on it. You can only happen like once a day or something. The barn door is locked. Fiddlesticks. Never mind. Let's stop fiddling with the sticks and go fiddle with this mine instead. Oh, and I would have had 10 moxie. I would have had 10 moxie if I wasn't holding a red hot poker, which is not a statement I thought I was going to say today. Never mind. Can I upgrade any of my stuff? Because I really feel like I need to do some of that. Yeah, I'm going to increase my moxie a lot. Just to up that a bit, because I feel like those need to be higher than where they currently are. Right, anything to say about this big darkened hole? Have fun with your rocks. I'll watch the horses. You mean the horse, but never mind. Does Susie have her own horse? Is it an invisible horse? Is it an imaginary horse? I have so many questions and so few answers. Some of these rocks might be valuable, but if you bring them out here, and they're on the level, I'll help you carry them back to town. Okay, thank you, Susie. Thank you also for having a surprisingly effective rifle, which has saved my butt numerous times from being murdered. There is a row of lockers here. Must have been used for storing the personal effect of the fellows who worked in the mine. First one is labelled Ellsbury WM. It doesn't have a lock on it. The label on the second one is covered in some sort of white goo. Ew. And the third one is labelled Loose Ben. It has a combination lock on it. So let's have a look at the first one. The locker contains a mining helmet with a lamp on it and a bottle of this. This tincture of opium is widely lauded as a super great thing that's great to use all of the time. Oh, great, so it's drugs. Fantastic. According to the tag inside, this house used to belong to William Ellsbury. Okay, that's cool. Can I have a look at the other ones? Yes, open the second locker. You open the door to reveal a skeleton covered in the same white liquid that was on the outside of the locker. Ah, you get it. This guy must have died after his co-workers played a prank on him where they stuffed him into his locker and then filled it with shaving cream. I can't believe you dang jerk stuffed me into my locker and then filled it full of shaving cream. I died from that. I'm observant. Yells the skeleton, confirming both your insight and his vengeful murderous intent. Time to do some murdering. Oh goodness, kindly stop dripping on me, my friend. Yeah, see, he doesn't take my... Okay, he's got 80 health. I am so freaking doomed. Yeah, so I think hot damage might be more effective against some people and less effective against other people. What is this bone? I didn't know this was a skill I got that completely ruined my hair, but never mind. What does this do? This spawns me a little man in a hat. Alright then. Let's shoot him. Oh, okay. So he's absolutely freaking useless, is the long and the short. Susie. Susie. I don't quite know how to tell you this, but, that's kind of not between me and the freaking enemy. All that does is prevent me from running away. Oh dear, there I was singing your praises, and as it transpires, you're not actually all that bright. Look, Susie will hastily construct some cover in front of you. Me. In front of me. This bit is neither of those things. Oh dear, let's just go back to the rifle, because frankly, at least you know what you're doing with that. Okay, so the skeleton was pretty useless. I'm so glad I lost all my hair colour for that. It would seem he is merely a bit of cannon fodder. Oh well, at least that's handy. Skeletal bone, skull chips, and a handful of loose teeth. Ew. Open the third locker. There is a combination lock, but you don't know the combo. Well, darn it. This cart was abandoned in a hurry, so let's loot it and get some unrefined meat nuggets. Oh, goodness, no. It's an exposed meat vein. Yes, that's definitely what it is, and has nothing to do with anything else. Honest. Right, never mind. This is just open to a 30-foot shaft. Alright, there's no need to brag about it, mate. Tie a rope to the edge of the crossbeam and go down. Okie dokie. So, is this just a mine where we can find... Oh, yes, this was the whole reason we came here, and it went in one ear and straight out to the other. Weird, but there is a compass buried here, a Curly's compass. Is this going to be like a Jack Sparrow kind of compass? Curly Butterfield's compass, but that dude must have always been lost, because there's point every which way, but north. The compass's needle is pointing generally northwest-ish. Interesting, so could I go northwest? Say to the old mission. Maybe is it pointing me towards something? Maybe if I keep following it, like it'll tell me to go northwest, so I go that way, and then it tells me to go north, and I follow like different directions, and eventually that leads me around until I find the location of the treasure. Perhaps yes, perhaps no, perhaps it's just a reference. Let's have some more unrefined meat. And some smoke, it would seem. You don't like this one bit. No, it would seem that I don't. Let's loot this. Black fluid oozes from the vein. A scabrous mass sits below it on the floor. Again, some more meat. Okay. What? A slit runs through the length of the meat vein. Reach inside. It goes in further than you expect. It's warm. Yeah, that's what they all say. You hit up to your shoulder when you feel it. A beating heart. Okay. Oh. Okay, this is the weird frickin' world we live in. Oof, look at this guy should have picked better friends. I think it was his friends that picked him, mate. This card is frightfully normal. Get some more stuff out of it. Oh, was that bizarre noise? Never mind. Right, can I mean, like, okay, I couldn't do this before. Looking at the spiral is making me feel queasy. Okay. Oh, it's the pickaxe I'm using to do that. To mine, mate. You're getting meat out of it. Maybe you're using a pickaxe. Sorry, I'm not very bright today. I'm not bright on any day. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. But never mind. Okay, so that didn't really do a huge amount for us. Beyond getting this compass and getting 16 of these things. Which I guess we're just going to sell. But, yeah, it's telling us to go northwest, so let's go to the old mission. A sign says the snake spring over yonder, but we'll check that out later and see what sort of things we can find. What is my compass saying now? Generally northwestish, so it's still saying northwest. Okay, so maybe it's further northwest than where I am currently. You're not a priest, so you probably shouldn't mess with any of this priesty stuff. Yes, that's probably a good idea. I'm sorry, but the catacombs are off limits. Oh, what is the catacombs? Not without Sister Mary's permission, which she's the only other nun here. Ta, thanks. Much appreciated, idiot. I stuck those bricks in the wall over there for another meat vein, but no. Are you Sister Mary? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! What is wrong, sister? They came back and took them. I couldn't stop them. Slow down. What in tarnation has happened? The holy relics. The saints just stormed up out of the catacombs and took them all back. Okay, shouldn't the saints be in like a monastery or something instead of in a catacombs? I didn't know what to do. I thought maybe they'd fire me if I tried to stop them. The cardinal will be here any minute. What am I going to do? To start, take a deep breath and try to calm down. What's your name? I'm Sister Mary. My name's Sticky. And I'm slowly beginning to regret that decision at the beginning of the game. What is this about saints? Our missions, or rather mission, is to protect 3 sacred relics. I'm the relic keeper, and it's my specific job to look after them. Wait, do they call you Memento Ma? She shows you the ruler she keeps tucked up her sleeve. No, they do not. I'm guessing that's a reference to something that I don't know. Sorry. The saints, oh, it's too horrible. They came to life somehow. They came up out of the catacombs, all skeletal and ghastly looking. Oh, I see. So they're not normal priests. They're actual dead ones. I see. That explains a lot. I mean, it's probably blasphemy to say that, but I nearly fainted. And they took back their relics. Yes, and if they aren't recovered before the cardinal gets here, I'll be in so much trouble. How much time is there? Well, actually he's months overdue, so it's probably not all that urgent. But still, it's the principle of the thing that counts. Darn it. Alright, I'll get them back for you. Thank you so much. Oh, wait a second. You're going to have to fight them to get the relic backs? Because that's probably blasphemous too. I mean, probably, but if black magic brought them back to life, then that's, like, super blasphemous, right? So it all, like, evens out eventually. Oh dear, the cardinal is going to want to have a very long talk about this. But go ahead and do what you must, I suppose. Is this where the relics used to be kept? Yes, indeed. What? A spot for a pelvis. What a bizarre thing to keep as a relic. A finger bone and a skull. How bizarre. Oh well, never mind. Good luck. Thank you. Can we meet Dracula? This coffin looks like it was hauled down here fairly recently. Let's have a look inside. It's empty. Curious. I mean, not quite as curious as these jittering jaws over here. It's a precariously balanced pyramid of skulls, riled up and twitching. Bowl it over, why not? You sure? There's rather a lot of them, and they're all rather mad. Maybe angling them all at once isn't a great idea. I don't care. Oh goodness, maybe I care. Oh goodness, I definitely care a lot. I am so freaking dead. I am dead. I have died. You got your ass kicked all the way up the stairs. You get in effect angry. You were so angry about losing that fight that you pass out. That reminds me of playing the forest. You wake up the next morning in your bed. Susie must have carried you back here after you got knocked out because, you know, she didn't stand around to fight or anything. You're a little sore, but otherwise no worse for wear. You are pretty hungry, though, and sober. The second day in the rest of your life. Oh, goodness. I am so sorry. Right, so all the stuff that I ate and made use of has now completely gone away. What a darned shame. Is there anything I actually would want to consume? I don't think so. Oh, I did think about possibly killing one of the hot dogs, because I seem to remember the descriptions of those sounded vaguely decent, in terms of like the effects they give you. So, you're right, friend. Looks like this guy's in a lot of pain. Check on him. I'm pretty sure my leg is broken. Oh no. What happened? Traffic accident? No, it just sort of broke all of a sudden. I guess I didn't get enough vitamins or whatever. Good nutrition can be difficult in this day and age. I need some medicine for this. Can you help me? I feel like there's a scam coming up in here, but alright. Thank you. There's a mission up north that owns there with a little hospital and some medical supplies. Could you get me some broken leg pills? Sure. Sure, of course I will, my friend, my kitty. I'd like to buy something, please. I think I am going to get this one. Yes, and I'm going to sell all my unrefined meat nuggets if this man will buy them, if I can find the fucking things. We're thinking about it, they're going to be at the end, aren't they? Yeah, here we are. Let's sell all of these in the vein. Hope that they're not important for anything later. Do I still not have a reply? Any mail for me? Yes, actually, a package came for you. Here you are. A package from Rufus. Oh, finally, a response to my didgeridoo. It's a package from your younger brother Rufus. He's weird, but a sweet kid at heart. Oh dear bro, I found this and thought it might help you to not die. What? Geez, you really miss that kid and your parents. You get all nostalgic just thinking about it. Nostalgia mode, opening the options menu. Oh, that's like kind of really sweet. Oh, what? Colorblind node? You never know. No, you don't. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, that's really sweet. I like that. I actually probably would go with that. But I don't think other people are going to like that. So, oh, that's brightened my day up massively. Right, there's a free sample of cologne. This will make your spleen bigger. I haven't got a clue where the spleen is in the body, so I apologise for my lack of anatomical knowledge. You get the big spleen perk, which allows you to consume more potions in a day. There's a recipe for a new kind of snake oil concoction, which looks like it might come in handy in the fight. Gives the good medicine skill, a skill that allows you to recover HP in combat. Well, that wasn't much use before, because I got quintuple teamed. But never mind. It's a fold-out chart listing all the hottest new poisons. Gives the expert poisoner a passive skill that multiplies the amount of poisons you apply to enemies when you poison them. Expert poisoner sounds pretty good. But I don't feel like I'm doing a heck of a lot of poison damage. Do I not already have the good medicine skill or something? Strong medicine? No. Perhaps not. I could have sworn I'd already read that somewhere. Maybe I just considered reading it. Well, let's go for the good medicine skill. You practice making the snake oil concoctions until you can do it with your eyes closed. When you open your eyes again, it appears someone has stolen your magazine. Oh, well, that's kind of sweet. And it only recovers 10 health. That is a pain in the arse. And the aeroplane that's crossing over the city right now definitely isn't. Right, where is this rescue mission? Crying out loud, it's miles away. Right. We're not going to go back to the old mission there, because I clearly need to get a bit better at the fighting before I'm capable of doing that. Howdy there, I'm Wandering Sally. Wandering as in you're always thinking about stuff, or wandering as in you're never staying around the same place? I'm Sticky. What's your line? Trader, I wander around all these parts, just like it says on the label, and I buy a little ear and sell a little air, and I make my way. Care to see the wares? Yeah, alright, then you might have something of interest to buy. Have some soap, have an apple, carrot, a fungicide bomb. Can kill a lot of goblins at once, but it takes a while. The instructions on this say put near site of fungal infestation, light fuse, do not breathe. I wonder how long you're not supposed to breathe for. Probably as long as you can, I imagine. Some work boots. These boots have all kinds of extra buckles and stuff on them to help you get your work done. Oh, that sounds kind of cool. A lucky marigold. I know what you're thinking, not so lucky for the marigold, but actually marigolds aren't conscious, so they don't really have any conception of the concepts of good or bad luck. You know what? That's entirely true. Right, let's get back on the road to the rescue mission and see if we can find these broken leg pills. Oh, for crying out loud, how many people am I going to run into on this road? Excuse me. You come across a goblin marching in the woods. They're taller than your typical goblin, probably because their boots are taller than your typical goblin boots. In fact, these boots are so tall, they must be half stuffed with socks to keep the tops from jamming the goblin in the groin. Oh, you made me think about goblin groins. I didn't want to do that this evening. I didn't want to do that any evening either. The goblin sees you, marches over, attempting to look intimidating instead of awkward. Hello, human. What are you doing in this place? This is my ground to stomping. Do you mean stomping grounds? What? Talk to it or attack the goblin. I mean, we've murdered enough of your people. Your boots, which are very tall, I am seeing. Yes, tall boots to having. So also tall am I. That's cool, but they are uncomfortable seeming very. I to having no sensation in my feet now, so this is fine. I'm just going to steal them. Yes, I am. Your boots to having very nice, but what? Why are they not shining? Shining? Well, dust is all around us. But I, for a fee, are to cleaning and to polishing. Oh, are you agreeing with this deal? Are you agreeing with this incredibly confusing grammar, which oddly is easier to read than most normal English for me, but never mind. Yes. The goblin wiggles out of his boots, and you take them and ride away on your horse, which seems absurdly mean, but goblins don't typically wear shoes at all, so it's only pretty mean. Oh, goodness. These boots were named after their inventor, Jason Boots. Malpauperism eventually stuck. I've got no idea what you're talking about. Never mind. Are those better than the current boots I've got? Whatever the hell my current boots are, if I can even remember where the hell I left them. I'll find them eventually, honest. The brown boots. Maximum AP. I'm not using a lot of AP, and I could use a bit of extra muscle. I'm not really sure how boots do that, but never mind. They look cool as well. They've got a cool stripe on them, so I'm pretty pleased with the situation as it is. What do you think of the place? I'll just wait out here. I'm feeling particularly churchy these days. Fair enough. Right-ho. Can I have some broken leg pills, please? Gosh, a real-life nun! Yes, anybody would think you hadn't met two yesterday. Yes, I am Sister Tabitha. I'm Sticky McThin. What's with the cots? Oh, well, what with the cow attacks and so on, I felt my faith would be better served running this place as a clinic rather than just a church. Also some medical supplies, if you'd like your healing to go. Do you have any errands that need running? Funny you should ask. I've been experimenting with the healing properties of a purple grass that grows near here, but I've run out. Would you mind picking some for me? It grows near a cave that makes an unusual humming noise. Oh, okay. I'll come back with that soon enough. Yes, definitely. That's disappointing, but I trust you to keep your promise. I haven't even left yet, for crying out loud on. You have to guilt trip me. Yeah, exactly. Broken leg pills. Those are incredibly expensive. You're not sure which is stranger. The fact that these work at all, or that they only work on legs. You know what? I'm going to go and do her quest first, just in case that gives me a discount. It's my sort of RPG logic going for it. Dang it, you hear that? What is that? Like a high-pitched buzzing noise? I've got no idea. Let's not stick around here any longer when we have to. That noise will drive me spare. Yes, I am very glad I can't hear it. These rocks are oddly well organised. Is this the special grass? This must be the grass None was talking about. Excellent. Hopefully better than the grass that those other people tried to sell me. Or whatever the hell it was that they did to me. That snake isn't going to let you pass without a struggle. A struggle it is. What's this? We might be able to push this over. Oh, I thought it was a doorway. Could I get 10 muscle? Because I've got 8 currently. Is there anything I could consume? Could use your armor by 5. That's quite a lot. Where is my armor rating? I don't even have one over here. Is it on my character sheet, for want of a better term? Yeah, armor of 1. I might go for that. Yeah, in fact, I think I will. I don't honestly really know what this is, but I'm just going to go for it. You're on cork it and spill most of it on the ground before drinking the remainder. It's just as well, because the whole bottle would definitely have killed you. Oh, good. Marvellous, marvellous, marvellous. Is there anything else? Increases your moxie, increases your mysticality, increases your armor. Smelling salts? No, that's a combat item. That increases it by 1. That doesn't do anything. Melee damage by 7. That's quite a lot, but I'm not really meleeing a hell of a lot of people. I'm usually just shooting folks. No, I don't think I can. Okay, right. Let's just stop beating around the bush and stop beating around the snake. Oh, blast. I am so freaking dead. And all the stuff I ate today is now going to go away because I'm going to die again. Let's try this. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to rope a snake, but we'll give it a try. Yes, hooray, good. I think that maybe kind of worked a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna... I mean, I would shoot it with these, but they're not really doing that much more damage, and I don't really want to waste them, so I guess I'm just gonna wallop it a bit. Oh, gosh, that did basically no damage at all. The terrifying thing is that Susie does a heck of a lot more damage than I do. But never mind. At least he's dead now. Okay, we managed to survive that by the skin of our teeth. But I'm just consuming items over and over again. I'm not getting back. You put an end to the shocking tale of the shocking snake. Snake venom bladder. Oh, maybe I should have used that one. An electric snake skin you can put on your hat, adds 7 to your spell damage. Oh, that would be good. You collect 2 medicine from the skin's still sparkling organs. Oh. That's cool. And I didn't eat this, which I was supposed to do ages ago. That was the whole point of me buying the accursed thing, but never mind. Maybe I should increase my mysticality, actually, because that's the thing that's really low right now. That would kind of even things out a bit. I don't really want to eat a roasted cow tongue, but this cow tongue is extremely gross, and this tongue came from a literally demonic cow. Yes, I definitely want to do this, because reading those books didn't teach me a lesson. You eat the tongue, trying not to think about the fact that you are basically French kissing a demon cow as hard as possible. Oh, speaking in tongues. Every time you open your mouth, you can hear the tongue you ate whispering from inside you. It whispers, moo. Plus 6 to your mysticality. Blah. What a day. For crying out loud, I'm going to use this skeleton bone. Because I want to have that extra ability for later if it proves necessary. Right-ho. The hell is this? Bizarre ruin. That's one word for it, my friend. Freaking confusing is another one. This looks dangerous. Yeah, it reminds me of the meat veins before. The monolith is dark. I guess it just tells really depressing stories that don't have happy endings then. This looks like a huge cave-in at some point. A weird device. I shall have this. A strange stone arrow. What does this do? This is a triangular object made of a strange stone-like material, shot through with chemicals of smooth black glass. Also, that clearly said channels, not chemicals, but never mind. Okay, I hope this will come in handy for something later. Giddy reminds me of Subnautica. Right, that's not the way to go, Phil. That's into the snake's den. I think we should probably just get the hell out of here before anything else goes wrong. Right, let's go back to the rescue mission and get those pills that we need. What? The strange stone arrow you found starts going crazy, a beeping and a bopping, whirling around of its own accord. It practically drags you in the direction of a strange, decrepit-looking house. This seems vaguely important, even though it's taking us in completely the wrong direction, but let's see what we've got. The bleeding machine leads you to a ramshackle house in the middle of the desert. No, not the professor's house, the professor's house, I think. Yes, the professor's house. Marvellous. These books are so boring, it's a wonder the shelf isn't full of holes. This appears to be an extremely powerful magnifying mirror, basically an inside-out microscope. That sounds cool. Microscope mites that live in your eyelashes seem to be getting along just fine. Yay. Who really wrong? Right, what was I thinking about? Oh yeah, some XP. Now I've got a bit of XP. Maybe I should upgrade some more stuff. But do I want to save up for these like really expensive things that are really useful and really important? What I want is just to not freaking be so crap at the game. That'd be nice. Oh dear. Maybe my grit would be a good idea, because that gives me a lot more health. And extra stomach capacity, pain tolerance. Losing fights make you angry, and your pain tolerance determines how angry you can get before you pass out. Oh, this sounds amazingly useful. I'm just going to get a bit of that, frankly. And not my, where's my gumption? That'd give me extra AP to do things in fights, and also speed to get first. But then item finding bonus. I think I want that as well, because that sounds kind of cool. Okay, right, there we are. It's a bit of skilling up done. So, Professor. Excuse me. Oh, what? I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. I'm not very used to visitors, but folks generally call me the Professor. Is that something I can do for you? Well, I found this bleeping gizmo, and I sort of followed the bleeping, and it led me here. Well, I'll be. It's an edge of the right place, young man. This is vibrato technology, and I happen to be about as much of an expert as anyone alive today. What now? I ain't even going to try and repronounce that, because I probably got it wrong the first time, and I ain't going to do any better the second time around. They were an ancient race that lived here long before humans. Well, they mostly lived underground, so they might still be living, as far as we know. Never seen a peep out of an actual person, though. Just the machines they left behind. Oh, fascinating. So it's like a combination of the drummer from Skyrim and the aliens from Subnautica. They were space aliens, could be aliens or genius pre-humans, or an entirely different terrestrial evolutionary line. It's this stage of investigation is impossible to say. Isn't it exciting? Oh, the joys of research. Here, let me have a better look at your bleeping gizmo. Giddy on, I didn't realise we were before the watershed. Ah, as I suspected, this is one of their transponders. It detects other technology and hones in, you see. That'll be why it let you hear. I've got a thing I've been trying to repair. He tinkers around with the transponder for a bit, and then plugs a strange stone marble into a socket. There you go, good as new. Just swipe up or down to turn it on or off. Swipe. Don't worry, mate. If you live about 150 years, you'll slowly figure it out. Anyway, now I've got to warn you, this device will lead you to abandoned technology, but it may also attract unwanted attention. Let's not even go there. Let's not even go there. From the technology, you'll see what I mean. Just be careful. Okay, I think I've got a big gun. Not that it does a heck of a lot of damage. You know, now that I think about it, you've arrived at the perfect time. In order to get anywhere further with my research, I need some more samples of the technology. But searching for it eats up all the time I could be using to research it. Ah, I see. Yes, you're the adventuresome type. So bring back whatever new devices you can find, and if I can get them up and running, that'll benefit both of us. I don't quite see how, but never mind. Great. First priority will be to get my keystone fabricator running. They lock their doors and things with little stone alloy blocks, you see, so we can make our own. That'll open a lot of doors for us, figuratively and literally. Alright, what do we need? The components aren't rare, at least as far as priceless ancient technology goes. Bring me about 5 handfuls of scrap, and I should be able to salvage the last parts I need from that much. Roger. And also Susie. What does Susie think of this whole situation? I think a fellow that spends too much time on his own starts to get funny ideas. What? Like talking to a camera while playing a crazy comedy game about stick figure cowboys? Gee whiz. Well, I would, but on the other hand, that bleeping gizmo you found, let us hear, leads a fair bit of credence to his story. Indeed it does. Is this the thing he's trying to fix? This is the keystone fabricator. He's waiting on some parts to finish it. Hint, hint, hint. Yes, indeed. This dresser contains 10 identical copies of the exact same shirt and 20 identical socks. Gee, it sounds like mine. You scale it down a lot. Right. Hey ho. Okay, now we can finally go back to the rescue mission. Gee, that poor guy has been lying there with a broken leg for hours. I'm so sorry. You find a liquor cabinet standing in the woods. Maybe there used to be a house around it. I like the liquor cabinet survived. Nothing else did. You try opening it, but find it to be locked. That's probably why I didn't get stolen by whoever stole the walls. I feel like we could just shoot it open. But never mind. Right. I've got you your purple grass. Yep, here you go. Wonderful, thank you very much. Blessings upon you. Yes, okie dokie then. Right, let's buy some of this then. There we go. What? Oh, right, yeah, sorry, ignore me completely. I'm talking rubbish. Right, ho, let us return to Dirtwater and speak to that poor unfortunate soul. Your keen eyes suggest a secluded cave in the near distance. Exploring it would definitely be a good use of your time. But that man has been waiting far too long already. Let's go and save his life. Hi. Were you able to get some of the broken leg pills? Without them, I'm just kind of stuck here lying in the street, dying of heat exhaustion. Here you go. Oh, thank you. I feel like a new man again, or at least the same man with a new leg. That's good. Go drink some milk or something, alright? Yes. He waves his geese happily away. Well, that was nice. Yes, it was. Nice and wholesome. Nothing actually went wrong for once. Right. Hey ho. We've discovered a lot of different places that I think we really are overdue to go to. But, let's go to the Snake Spring, because we did discover that first. I'm doing something vaguely relating to chronological order. You find a pair of saddlebags slung over a tree branch. Stenciled letters on the side read Property of Fort Alden Library. I think we've been there before. The bag is full of books, mostly boring military field manuals. You do find one of specific interest to you, a skill book. Hooray! That could come in handy, because we're probably going to get into a fight in a minute. Let's have a read of this. That's the hottest new poisons, we saw that before. There's an article entitled Deliberating Toxins, where are they now? Gives the bad medicine skill a combat skill that reduces a target's moxie. There's an essay extolling the virtues of shooting wildly without looking away or going. Gives the shoot nanny skill. You fire a whole bunch of bullets at random targets. That sounds like exactly what I need to get rid of those skulls in the place. You read the essay and take its lessons to heart. You fall wildly into the air until it feels like second nature. Unfortunately, it looks like several of your stray bullets hit the magazine, and now it's pretty much a Swedish magazine about cheese at this point. Shucks. Never mind. That could come in handy. That sounds like the kind of skill I would actually use. Okay, I wasn't expecting a waterfall of snakes. It's an endless stream of snakes. Grab one or grab a handful. Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. Time to test out my new thing. No, not time to test out my new thing, because I can't use the frickin' thing, because I have enough Oh, goodness. Oh, here we are, some smelling salts. Yeah, if I sniff these... I still can't use it. What if I sniff the other one? Now I can use it. There we are. How does this work? Ridiculously. But also pretty freaking well. Pretty freaking well. Yeah, let's shoot him, because he seems to be doing... That's not the one I wanted to shoot. But never mind. Okay, they do literally no damage. I have nothing to worry about. Literally. No damage. Marvellous. Right, okay, let's just wallop them. Clobber them hard. No, could you shoot that one, please? Thank you. That's the one I actually wanted you to shoot in the first place, but never mind. I, of all people, should not be complaining about poor aim whilst using firearms. Right, let's shoot that one, actually, because that one will be a better use of bullets. And we will be finished with this. Yes, wallop him. No, hang on a minute. It seems like the damage of my poker goes down over time. Maybe it doesn't get, maybe it like runs out of heat or something. I don't know. 40 XP, that's pretty good. Snake spleen and snake liver. You collect 2 venom and 2 medicines. These snakes don't have enough skin for you to bother pulling out your knife. Okay, that's good. What does these do? Used in combat to do all sorts of cool things, and something else. I think. Oh yeah, XP. 100. What do I want to do it on? I think I want more AP. Yes, this one. I want more of this, because that will allow me to actually use my multi-hit thing more often. So there we go. I get my gumption up a little bit. Get nice and gumpy. Right, let's go for Moxie as well, because that's the lowest one, isn't it? Right, is there anything else here, or is this literally just an infinite thingamajig? I think this is just an infinite thingamajig. Goody. Right. Should we try? It still seemed really tough. Let's go to the cave and see what we've got, because I am aware that we've only got a few minutes left, and I don't want to end it on a negative note. Your booze sense alerts you to the presence of a rock. Oh my god. I've never heard anything so studenty in all my life. Confused, you move the rock, but sure enough, there's a bottle of booze behind it. You weren't afraid for a second that your booze sense has been replaced by some kind of crazy rock sense. Goodness, of that I am glad. Okie dokie, what do you have to say about yourself? Shaggy Dog Cave? Who picks names for these places? Seems like maybe they started running out of ideas. Next one to be Several Birds Cave. Some kind of horse cavern. A pig or whatever gorge. Oh, I enjoyed that. Right, okay. Oh, you've actually come inside this time. Some fellow was reeling to plaques. Think they're important? Any one way to find out? Read them, I suppose. There's a plaque at balls to the wall. Read it. A record of events of the expedition to and into Shaggy Dog Cave in November of 1887, as recorded by Jim Plackwright. That wasn't a very interesting tale of events. Oh, there's more. Having acquired through various and sundry means a story which is interesting in its own right, but better saved for another time, a map purporting to lead to a large cache of jewels and ingots of precious metals was hidden by the infamous highwayman and train robber Black Cole Jr. in years before the cows came home. I, Jim Plackwright, along with 3 compatriots, these being Nathaniel Wireman, Cyrus Howard and Douglas Watts, set out to find Shaggy Dog Cave and the aforementioned treasure. Okay, I feel like we're in a museum. There's a black boulder to the cave wall here. Our equipment provisions consisted of 1 cart, a horse to pull it, 4 additional horses to be ridden, 2 shovels, a spade, a mining pickaxe, a large coil of rep, 1 large basket of eggs, as well as an assortment of other trail provisions and cookware, my own collection of blank plaques and engraving tools, 1 large and shaggy dog, and a buttful. So hang on a minute. You took a shaggy dog to Shaggy Dog Cave. Okay. Seems a bit bizarre, but whatever. Right. After travelling for 2.5 days to the south and east, we arrived at a small town within the Deerwater, the largest settlement in the vicinity of Shaggy Dog Cave. Leaving the dog to watch the horses, the 4 of us entered the local saloon, and each ordered a beer, except Cy, who was satisfied with water. Okay. I feel like this has got to be important for something. The barman provided us with our drinks as requested, and then withdrew a small wooden box from underneath the bar, asking us if we cared for something real interesting. Oh, goodness. Dread to think what it's going to be. Considering that we still had quite a few hours left to travel, we politely declined, asking him if he knew the way to Shaggy Dog Cave. He replied that he had never been there personally, but gave us directions which correlated nicely with the notes on our map. That's nice. Upon leaving the saloon, we discovered to our dismay that some unknown villain had tampered with our wagon. Fortunately, the only supplies missing were the buttful and the entire basket of eggs, apart from 1 which Doug had concealed within a pocket for safekeeping. I would have thought an egg would have been even less safe in a jacket, but never mind. Also, eggs in the sun, they're going to go bad really quickly, and they're going to stink the whole journey. We also discovered that the dog had absconded with one of the horses, leaving Nate inside to draw lots to share on a horse. Oh dear. After acquiring a barrel of fresh water for the trip, as well as a replacement buttful, we headed out into the open desert. I dread to think what we traded for it. The sun shone down mercilessly upon us, though we took small solace in the fact that this would have been far more intolerable had we made the expedition during the summer months rather than November. In order to pass the time on the trip, and to resist becoming dazed from the heat and susceptible to desert mirages, we exchanged stories of our youth, which shall not be returning here for reasons of length. Presumably because you ran out of plaques. However, I will retell to you 3 odd occurrences that happened to us during our trek to the desert. The first 2 or 3 hours out of Dirtwater, when Nate noticed a glint of sunlight upon a metallic object partially buried in the sand. This was revealed to be a brass oil lamp of foreign design and manufacture, which fortunately still contained a quantity of oil. Deciding to make him handy, we stashed it in the wagon with other tools. That was hardly odd, but whatever. What is odd is why there's no plaque here, and there's just a massive freaking gap. Never mind. Our next encounter was with a nomadic goblin tribesman who we discovered spoke excellent English. It inquired as to our destination and replied that we were looking for Shaggy Dog Cave, though we did not disclose the reason for our journey. The goblin confirmed that we were heading on the correct course and mentioned that he had only a short time earlier witnessed a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in the same direction. We all agreed this was an unusual sight indeed and continued on our way. This is one hell of a dog. Sometime later, this is also a really long story, but never mind. Doesn't matter. Sometime later, we encountered a large adobe hut, encountered by 2 identical-seeming old men with wild hair and long white beards. They invited us to take shelter from the heat, which we gratefully accepted, and introduced themselves as hermits. This struck me as peculiar, given that there were 2 of them, and I felt it would be rude to question them. Maybe they're conjoined or something. Maybe they were mirage. Or maybe you just not drunk enough and you were seeing double. One of the hermits confirmed that they were near Shaggy Dog Cave. The other hermit confirmed that what his brother said was true. They also commented that they had seen a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in that direction. We all agreed this was an unusual sight indeed. The hermit refreshed our water supply in exchange for our buttful, and we continued on our way, excited to finally be nearing our goal. This is a very long frickin' cave. After 2 more hours, we finally arrived at Shaggy Dog Cave, carefully keeping our excitement in check lest we become incautious. We unloaded our equipment and supplies from the wagon and took a brief respite in the cold shade of the cave entrance. As our arrival, Doug unpocketed and shared the egg which he had saved in our basket that had been stolen in Dirtwater. 1 egg between 4 men. Them's good eatings. Once we had rested, we decided the time had come to explore the cave. We walked for about 17 hours, and I put up about 50 million plaques, and then eventually something happened. Discovering that we had neglected to pack torches, lanterns, or any other light source which to illuminate the cave, we declared that it was most indeedly fortunate that Nate had discovered the antique oil lamp during our travels. He gave the brass a quick shine and then lit the wick, and we were relieved to discover that it lit easily and provided ample light. Hooray. As we headed into the cave, we were further encouraged by the fact that the floor was quite even and easy to traverse. There were no side passages which might cause us to become lost. Despite this, I resolved to hang a number of plaques to mark our progress to the cave and engraved them with the tale of our journey, such that others who discovered the cave might be entertained and edified by our story. Okay. I feel like this is going to be building up to something, but I'm failing to see what. Soon I came to the end of the cave, while Nate, Cy, and Doug took turns with the excavation. I completed the last of the aforementioned plaques. It was a matter of perhaps an hour before Cy's shovel struck a wooden surface with a hollow noise. We hauled a traditional-style treasure chest out of the hole with great excitement. The chest was locked with an ancient and rusting iron padlock, which was broke easily with a single swing of the pickaxe, which does make me wonder why I need a lockpicking skill when I could literally just shoot locks off. But never mind. We opened the lid slowly, and the flickering light of the antique oil lamp shone brilliantly upon jewels of every colour and shining ingots of precious metals, just as promised by the legends of Black Hole Jr. Joyous at our triumph. Shouldn't there be a second period there? Never mind. We loaded the chest into a wagon and began our journey home. Thank you for reading, and may your own endeavours be equally successful. Unfortunately, this one wasn't. Oh, the joys. What a productive 8 minutes that was. Crying out loud. I see even hundreds of years ago in the ancient West, there were people who told you long, boring stories that had no purpose, moral, meaning, or intention. Gee, this cave gets even longer when you go through it in one go. For crying out loud. Never mind. I don't feel like we achieved much in this episode, but I hope you enjoyed it all the same. For crying out loud, this is long. The aristocrats. I have no idea what you are yakking on about, madam. I sincerely hope that one day we meet that shaggy dog riding the horse. That sounds quite fantastic. Never mind. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. I don't feel like we did much. We just sort of failed at a lot of stuff. But yeah, I guess we'll keep going. Never mind. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.